So friends, back again, and yeah, we need some more bad play analysis. This time we have the UU Open Game 3 for my friend Joey, pokeaimmd. You probably all subscribed to him already, but yeah, versus this MoxieInfinite dude. As I said before, it's his Game 3. Joey has this nice clean hyper offense team that everyone's been spamming this whole tournament. It's FLCL's team, and MoxieInfinite has this creative, I don't even know, like stall team, I guess, with some low damage and stuff. Kind of weird, but let's see how this goes. So Joey's gonna up with the hacks list as this dude loop with Suicune, so that's pretty fine. If Joey's Lumber, he can obviously set up on this for free. So Moxie gonna go for the Scald. I guess he wanted to try and burn it, but I'm not really sure how good of a play that was. I mean, you do have an Aglon, which is probably a good option to go to, considering that you can probably do stuff to hacks list, but I mean, I guess scouting it the first time wasn't too big of a deal, but we'll see how it goes. So Joey's gonna go for the Avalanche, and Moxie Infinite makes a small play, go for the Lord. That was a pretty good option in his part. So I guess in the end, didn't really lose that much. If he burned the Haxes, would be able to burn Lumberry, and I guess if it wasn't Lum, he would have pretty much crippled it. So I guess it was a decent list to take since he had low on Suicune, so not too bad. So Joey's gonna go to Blastoise or be low to Blastoise. Moxie can be the safe play, just go to Blissey, tank anything pretty easily. That's pretty good for him. And yeah, things are going pretty well, I think, for both sides. No one really has a major edge right now. So Moxie can make a play, switch to Mew, putting the native queen to come out probably. And here the switch is kind of obvious, but he still goes for the knockoff. I'm not really sure why. I guess he want to make a safe play, but whatever. So Joey's gonna put him to go back to Blissey, I guess, because he wants free locks. I'm not really sure why, but I think that's what he was predicting. So Moxie stays in though, just goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which probably means he's specially defensive Mew since he's not afraid the Blastoise hit. So he's gonna go for knockoff again. And once again, he's gonna stay and go for the Will-O-Wisp. He's burns the Blastoise, so good for him. And Mew takes a lot, but he can. It's not too big of a deal because it only did like 61%, so he can probably heal it off. So not too big of a deal for him. Mew's still at pretty high health, so he's gonna go for the loose, heal us up, and yeah. Now we obviously want to stay in. It's a Hydreigon. He's another set. The common sets right now are Life Orb mix and Scarf. So he kind of switch out. He does have a Blissey. It's probably a safe play right now. I doubt Joey will want to predict him if he's choice. So Poke Joey's gonna go for the Dark Pulse, safe play, and he reveals his Life Orb. Okay, so here, it's pretty obvious that this thing has superpower. Why? Simple. Because all Life Orb like hackers run superpower. Because you pretty much need to beat. The whole point of this mix thing is to beat like counters like Blissey, so and like Snorlax. I don't know why. So obviously, the best play here is just go for the cover or the soft boil, because the thing is like he knows Blissey can easily survive a superpower. Or he can switch out and scout for it, but Blissey can definitely have a superpower from this health. So the smart play is obviously just to stay in and heal, or if he doesn't want to lose the crit, he can switch out and scout for it. But he definitely needs to do one of those two options. So he's Joe's gonna go for the superpower, which is a smart play on his part. Um, and Moxie Infinite goes for the seismic toss. Okay, now that's a pretty terrible play. Yeah, I said my last game. In what universe there's a good play? I just really don't understand. Like that, it's not as bad as the play Sid made last game, but it's still pretty terrible. There was no need to go for that seismic toss. He was obviously gonna have superpower because he was obviously gonna have superpower because he did reveal the life orb already, so there was no excuse to stay in there. That's a pretty terrible play on Moxie Infinite's part. And it is a stall team, so you really shouldn't take these lists when you don't have to. Like maybe you predicted that Joy would like over predict him and something and like switch out, but that was still a pretty bad play. It's stall. You have to be more conservative. You can't like take these lists when you're not like losing massively. Because right now, because of that over prediction, it's a terrible situation. And like Joey's not really losing. He had knowingly over predict there, so that was a pretty terrible play on Moxie Infant's part. And now he's in a major disadvantage because now Blissey is pretty much dead, and now he really has no answer to this high Dragon at all. So that's gonna hurt him greatly because now Joey can go for Draco Media, safe play. Something had to die to heal them and switch in because he basically sacked Blissey. So he's basically just screwed now. He lost his Suicune and his Blissey is almost dead, and simply because of that one misplay. So that kind of hurts him. That's a pretty bad play. And in game 3, you can't really afford to make such mistakes. So he's new to Agon here. Force Dragon out because he's a -2 special attack and -1 attack, so he's gonna go for the stealth lock, which is fine. And obviously Blissey's weekend, he can't really go into that, he'll just get destroyed, so he's gonna switch as a Celebi here. Joey goes for the rapid spin, figuring he'll switch out, because Blastoise can pretty much annihilate the Agon, so safe play. But he still had a made his advantage. MoxieInfinite is because of the Blissey misplay, so he's gonna go for the Giga Drain here. Probably not a good play to go for simply because the switch was pretty obvious, but what can I do? So Joe's gonna go for the safe U-turn. But to crush the Celebi if it stayed in, and either way, if he switches out, gets momentum. So here, Joe's gonna go for the Swords Dance, which is a safe play because he obviously has a Lumberry, and this dude decides to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Now, that's also a pretty terrible play because he really should have gone to Agon there. I mean, I understand maybe it's freaking the Earthquake, but at the same time, Joey had no reason to not SD because it was obviously Lumberry. He already SD'd. He didn't see life when he attacked you. It was obviously Lumberry. So I'm not really sure why he did that. That's another terrible play. Like, there was no reason to go for the Will-O-Wisp there, because I guess you get to burn the Lumberry. He probably should have just Volt Twist out or just gone straight to Aglon, because now this thing's a +2. So, I mean, either way, it's not a, it's still a pretty bad play, but he's still in this game, so it's not too big of a deal. He kind of should sack something now because he needs Agon to take this thing out, because Agon's the only thing that can really take this thing out at this point. Because otherwise, everything else just gets pretty much swept. So, yeah, that's fine. Goes for the Will-O-Wisp, and so now he's gonna be forced out. And here is the major misplay that pretty much ends the game. He just has to go to Aglon. Now, this play is literally the worst play could have made. Like, this pretty much just gives Joy the win. Like, this is just game over because obviously the Haxor is gonna go for the Earthquake. He's not gonna outrage. You know he's double dance. Like, he's obviously gonna Earthquake. He's no reason not to. Nothing on the team can take Earthquake besides Celebi, which can get destroyed by outrage next turn. And Aglon's the only thing in this team can actually take a +2 hit from Haxus right now. So by going into this, you just let it get 2 SKO. And now this thing dies, and your entire team just gets swept by outrage. So that play literally accomplished nothing. That was the worst play you could have possibly made in a situation. And yeah, the best thing for him to do would probably be to sack Blissey because it's already pretty low. He's not gonna be able to heal versus anything on this guy's team because Joey's team's pretty offensive. Everything pretty much destroys the Blissey. So the best thing to do would probably to sack it. MoxieInfinite still probably would have lost. He's a major disadvantage right now, but this play pretty much ends the game right here. Terrible option, like the worst play I could have gone for. So I mean, that's how that goes. Because now Joey's gonna be able to just Earthquake this Celebi, and he just tries to bait the outrage, which could have potentially worked, except for the fact that Joey does reveal that he has the poison jab, which pretty much puts an end to everything. Even if he did have the outrage there, the thing is, this thing would have died. He still would have KO'd like 2 of them on, so it's not really that big of a deal, honestly. The damage was done after MoxieInfinite bought in the Aglon. I mean, I guess he had no reason to bring in Aglon because Joey wasn't gonna SD again, like obviously, because why would he stay in with Rotom and Will-O-Wisp? That's a dumb play. So whatever. And now he's gonna get destroyed by the Haxors. His entire team just gets mauled. So yeah, that's gonna be that for that play analysis number 2. As MoxieInfinite's team is left down to this one Blissey, which isn't gonna be able to do anything. As Joey can just make the safe plays, go to Jirachi, and he is a Flintstone thing to death to just go for the trick, which will basically end the game guaranteed. And if he does go for a trick, give this thing a scarf, and that's just gonna be the end of it because now Joey can just kill this thing on the head without much fight. So yeah, that's bad play analysis number 2 right there. MoxieInfinite made some pretty questionable and bad plays in this game. The main one, the main 2 being letting Blissey take the superpower and not healing, and also switching in Aguilar on the +2 Earthquake, which came as a result of him going for Willow's from the Haxus, which is obviously Lumberry. So I mean, yeah, those bad plays kind of cost him the game, and Joey moves on to round 2. So yeah, it's okay though. We all make mistakes, and hopefully he'll learn from this and improve, I suppose. So yeah, hope you guys liked it, and yeah, Bob, there it is. Bye, friends.